All right, today we getting fancy. Oh, you fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy, huh? You know, I've opened many of these in my life and still can't figure out how they work. Huzzah! Here we go, fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Come on, we're being grown-ups. Open. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Oh, shit. Pardon any curse words. I thought for the occasion of us making a grown-up mac and cheese, I would get us a little bubbly for you and me. Because we're dressed fancy. I wore my pearl necklace. I'm gonna pour it in a mason jar though. Oh shit. Okay, can we start over? I feel like this isn't going the way I had intended. Let me just figure this out. This video is gonna be like one of those professional cooking shows. It's gonna be for grown-ups, for adults that like cooking. So let's start over. Okay, put this, hide. Cheers! Hope you have a glass of bubbly yourself. Let's get started on the recipe. All right, in terms of grown-up mac and cheese, I was thinking, let's make this high-class comfort food. So I'm gonna start off with some pine nuts because there ain't nothing more high class than pine nuts. We're gonna get them toasted off. The thing about pine nuts is the minute you walk away, it doesn't matter if you just put them in, they will burn. You're like, okay, they're in there, let me go do something. They're immediately burnt. They need constant attention. Kind of like my boyfriend. No, I am the one who requires constant attention. Beautiful, so when they are fragrant and browned, kind of like that, I'm just gonna get them over here. And we're gonna set them aside. They're gonna keep cooking in the pan, so you kind of gotta move them and let them cool. Now, in that same pan, let's go in with a little bit of olive oil. What else do you associate with fancy? Prosciutto and sage. That's what I was thinking also. Twinsies. Get olive oil in our pan, heat that back up. Now I've got a little bit of prosciutto. I did have about double the amount, and then I ate a bunch before we started this episode. So now I only have that much. So the prosciutto is gonna go into my nice bubbly pan along with some sage leaves. And we're just gonna make everything fragrant here. We're gonna crisp up both the sage and the prosciutto together. As things start to cook, pull them out and just drain them on a plate with a little bit of paper towel. All right, now let's talk about the cheese sauce and what's gonna make this fancy AF. 3 is the number. That's how many cheeses are going into our fancy cheese sauce. Let's begin. Turn on your burner. We're gonna go in the same pan. I've got my butter going in. This is like the basis of every great cheese sauce. And 2 tablespoons of flour to match. So I get the butter all melted. You kind of want to work quickly and form a paste here. Beautiful. Okay, let's move quick. To that, I add my milk and a 1/4 cup of champagne because it's fancy, it's fancy. Just another excuse to open a bottle of champagne is good for me. Now we want to get that going until it's thick. We want to make sure there's no lumps in it. And now I'm going to go in with some cheese. So I've got 1 cup of shredded aged white cheddar because age is the key to making things more expensive, I learned. Then I've got 1/2 cup of grated Gruyere. And finally, cheese number 2 is 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan. We're gonna let those all intermingle gloriously. I've got the heat off at this point because I just want the cheese to melt within the residual heat in the pan. Okay, so I mean, most of the components of this thing are done except the macaroni. I made that ahead of time. It is a fancy kind. I decided just based on the shape. So I'm gonna add my cheese sauce to it. Beautiful. One final step. Let's take a little bit of this prosciutto, rip it up, put it over top, get some of that sage. Look at us, we're cooking. I saved a little bit of prosciutto and sage for the top for the garnish because that's the most important part. I almost forgot the pine nuts. The last and final thing. Sprinkle a nice big handful over top. Oh yeah. Now let's go to the plate. Oh man, cheers to being an adult. This is the best time in my life. I'm gonna have a little taste. Woo! You notice I didn't salt it? No need. I used salted butter and I've got that Parmesan in there. Prosciutto is also quite salted. That is incredible. Woo! Thank you so much for watching. As always, I love you. I appreciate your time and I hope to see you next time.